Preacher dropped to one knee, cocked the two flintlock pistols as he raised them, and then pulled the triggers. The weapons bucked in his hands as they went off with a deafening double boom. Preacher always loaded plenty of powder and 2 heavy lead balls in each pistol. The powerful recoil would have broken the wrists of some fellas, but not the rangy, beard-stubbled mountain man. His muscles were more than a match for it. 4 attackers charged toward Preacher. In most fights, 4 against 1 odds would have been overwhelming, but this was not like any other fight, since Preacher was part of it. 2 unshaven, buckskin-clad men jerked back a little as pistol balls slammed into them. Preacher had hit both of them in the chest. Their momentum carried them forward, but their legs got tangled up and they fell. They were out of the fight now. Nothing more than bleeding, dying heaps. That still left 2 enemies for Preacher to deal with. One of them, a towering, broad-shouldered brute, lunged ahead of his companion. Preacher tossed the empty pistols aside, grabbed the tomahawk from behind his wide leather belt, and uncoiled from his kneeling position. The tomahawk flashed upward and caught the man under the chin, inflicting a hideous wound that sprayed blood in Preacher's face. The man's shoulder hit him anyway and drove him off his feet. Preacher twisted desperately to avoid having the man's body fall on him and pin him to the ground. He didn't quite make it. The man landed on his left arm and left leg. Preacher needed a second to pull free. Not wanting to give him that second, the remaining man from the quartet of would-be killers skidded to a halt, brought his rifle to his shoulder, and fired almost instantly. Preacher threw himself to the left as much as he could, rolling halfway onto the man with a ruined face, who was shaking in his death throes with half his face cut off. The rifle ball hummed past Preacher's head and smacked into the ground, throwing up dirt and pine needles. Preacher put the hand holding the tomahawk on the dying man's back and used it to lever himself over. As he rolled and came up, he threw the tomahawk.